Earth and Space by Bianca. The universe is thought to be 15 billion years old. Most scientists think that the universe began with a huge explosion called the Big Bang. Everything in space was formed with the dust left over from the explosion. The solar system consists of 8 planets and a star, which we call the Sun. Scientists think there is as many as 1 billion planets in our galaxy. The Sun is the closest star to planet Earth. It is the biggest, brightest, and hottest object in the solar system, and all of the planets orbit it. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. A year on Mercury is only 88 days long, so if you were 10 now, you would be 41 years old on Mercury. Venus. Venus is named after the Roman god of beauty and is the hottest planet because its clouds trap the sun's heat. Earth. This is our planet and the only planet that can support life, at least for now. Mars. Scientists believe that some form of life may be living here, aka aliens. This may explain the outcome. Jupiter. The largest planet in the solar system. You see the big red spot on Jupiter? It's a storm that's been raging for more than 400 years and is big enough to hold 3 Earths. Saturn is famous for its rings. They are made up of dust, gas, and rock. Uranus is made up of a gas called methane, which is essentially the stuff that cows fart. Neptune is the coldest planet in the solar system and is made up of methane as well. It is extremely stormy with winds that blow up to 1,900 kilometers per hour. What the solar system actually looks like. This picture describes the orbit of all the planets in relation to the Sun. The Moon orbits the Earth in 28 days. About 5 moons can fit into the Earth. Over the course of the day, the Sun appears to be moving across the sky. But why? The Sun appears to be moving, but in actual fact, it's the Earth moving. When the Earth spins on its axis, it's slightly tilted so the Sun appears to move in an arc shape across the sky, rising in the east and setting in the west. A single spin on its axis reflects a full 24-hour cycle. Stonehenge. Stonehenge is an ancient monument in Wiltshire, England. Archaeologists, with help from radiocarbon dating, believe it was constructed from 3000 BC to 2000 BC. No one knows why Stonehenge was built, but the most well-known theory is that Stonehenge was used as an astronomical clock to tell when it was the dry season or the wet season. The following information will tell you how Stonehenge was built. The first task was to cut the boulders into shape. Archaeologists believe that the Neanderthals hammered wedges of wood into cracks in the stone. Thereafter, they soaked the wood in water, and as the wood expanded, it split the stone. They then used chisels and hammers to shape the stone. The stones were then transported to the building site. They were probably carried on rafts down rivers, then dragged overland by teams of men and oxen. Though a recent study conducted by the University of Leicester and UCL says that it was not hard to pull the stones at all and that it would only take about 10 men to pull a stone. They also said that the builders probably didn't use oxen because they were hard to control. There are 2 main types of stone used to build Stonehenge. The massive sarsens that are a type of sandstone, and a variety of smaller rocks known as the bluestones. It has been known since the 16th century that the sarsen stones came from near to Marlborough, 30 kilometres north of Stonehenge, so it's a wonder how the workers got all the stones all the way down to the venue of Stonehenge. Ptolemy. Ptolemy was a Greek astronomer who lived between 85 and 165 AD. Very little is known about his personal life, though we think he worked and lived in Alexandria, Egypt. He was an astronomer, mathematician, and geographer. He described in his writing the geocentric view of the universe. The geocentric theory describes the Earth being in the centre of the universe, and the heliocentric theory describes the Sun being in the centre of the universe. Ptolemy explained and extended Hipparchus's system of epicycles and eccentric circles to explain the geocentric theory of the solar system. Ptolemy's system involved at least 80 epicycles to explain the motions of the Sun, the Moon, and the 5 planets known at his time. An epicycle is a small circle whose centre moves round the circumference of a larger one. And then my sources.